We are in another episode of James Elite Love Show. Right? So we're gonna get to something very, very important, right? Period. Okay. And that is why you YouTube is the best social media platform for your personal brand, right? This is an extremely important video for a lot of different reasons. The main one is social media has become one of the biggest things in history. Like if you just look at it, social media has become huge. One of the biggest things ever. People are spending a lot of their time on social media. Like people, like this is where it's gotten to. Like people wake up, and the first thing that people do is get on social media. Before people brush their teeth, before people do anything, they get on social media. Like I want you to understand how important it is. Like what it's turned into. This is the first thing that most people do. They don't say hi to their kids. They don't brush their teeth. They don't get water. They go on their phones and they get on some kind of social media app, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Excuse me, X, right? Facebook, whichever one. And for most people, the social media of choice is YouTube. Excuse me, Instagram. It's Instagram or Facebook. Here's the biggest problem with Instagram and Facebook that people are running into. Most of the time, they're not paying you. You're on there for free. That's one problem, okay? Because YouTube has a partner program where you get paid 55% of the income that the video generates. You're getting 55%, okay? That's great. That's a great number. I've seen a video where Lewis Howes was talking to Sean Cannell on Think Media podcast, and he was talking about how old videos are bringing in $1,000 a week, $10,000 a week off of old video. They're changing thumbnails off of old video. Like, do you realize that? Off an old video, they're bringing in $10,000. That's crazy, man. You're not gonna get that on Instagram, and that's why I say stuff like that. Instagram videos, pictures, reels, whatever the case, they have a shelf life of like a week, 1 week. Like, so you're consistently on a wheel making content. Like, so if you don't want to be on a wheel making content, which I've been on the wheel, like not making stuff on YouTube, just consistently every day waking up, Instagram, Facebook, going. It's a bad trap to get into, like, because if your videos aren't gonna last long, like if no one's going back and looking at your old content, still figure out a way to put in 3 to 5 pieces a week just to keep people, satisfied, keep your audience satisfied that are there. But do not fall into the trap of doing that, right? So now we're gonna go over why YouTube is the best place for your long form content. For you to, best social media platform for you, for your personal brand, right? So, first thing is the content is timeless. Okay, people are still watching older content. Like, what I mean by older, like, let's date this 10, 20 years. Like, now it's over. Is it about? It's about 20 years now. People are still people still search what was the first YouTube video, or, Kobe Bryant's first game, and, old videos. Like, just this week, I was looking at a video a long time ago, like 10 years ago. Somebody posted from the 2004 buzzer beater shot Kobe made to force overtime, and then the buzzer beater game winner that Kobe made against Portland to go into the playoffs in 2004. I'm watching that like it just came out. So, keep this kind of stuff in mind. How, this content is timeless. People go back and look at LeBron James's first NBA game that happened in 2003. If we go back and look at that kind of stuff on YouTube, people are not going back and look at LeBron James post from 2 months ago. They're not even probably looking at that. They're looking at what he's doing today, recently. That's it. So you have to understand, you want your content to work for you long term, right? You want to go back and have your content work for you long term, right? And so that's where YouTube comes in, right? And so it's a lot similar to the content that people are posting on, what is it, on Instagram because Instagram had transitioned to video first content, right? Reels, right? Video first content. And since Instagram has went to video first content Reels, the great part in Reels is that when you can use that same video and you could put that same video on YouTube, right? All you need is a Gmail account. So you make your Gmail account and you put it on YouTube. That's it. Okay? Like think about how easy that is. And it can last forever. The shorts, and then you can eventually go to the long form stuff, right? You can't get, so caught up in views and all this other stuff because, Instagram algorithm is tricky. They've deleted accounts. All this kind of stuff has happened to people. You don't want that to happen. You want timeless content, right? You want timeless content, right? Like that you can continue to use. You can go back. You can, go over stuff that you used years ago. Like that is to me one of the biggest reasons why YouTube is the social media platform that you're most likely neglecting, and you do not need to neglect it, right? You need to use YouTube. Okay, it is incredible. Another reason is long form content, right? Long form. I'm doing right now is long form video, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, that kind of stuff, right? That's where you want to go to YouTube. You want to go there for long form stuff because if you go to YouTube for the long form, it's a great place. Facebook and Instagram, they've tried to figure out how to do away with long form. Don't know why. Bad move. That's why YouTube is a winner because they do the long form stuff, right? 1 hour, 2 hours, you can get the clips from it. You can have long form podcasts. You can go live for hours. That's huge. Like people get to know you. It was said somewhere in some media, you know, wherever they do media, they said that I believe it might be Myron Golden. Some shout out to Myron Golden, but he said people need to be around you on average for 7 hours before they make a purchase in today's world. 7 hours. It's hard to be around somebody for 7 hours on Instagram when you're scrolling. On YouTube, you can get to somebody's channel and watch a 30-minute video, then watch another 30-minute video, then watch an hour video. And before you know it, you spent 10 hours with them. And now you feel like you know them. Like it's happened to me so many different times. One time I was listening to a Myron Golden video. I was watching it, listening to it, might have been driving. And then out of nowhere, I bought his book, Boss Moves. Like, I'm like, you know what? This guy knows what he's talking about. Time to buy. That I can't remember that ever happening on Instagram. Another time that happened was with David Shands, right? So I'm sitting there, and I always remember he has this clip where he talks about get his podcast class. So, I'm remembering that he says that, and I'm like, you know what? All right, he said get the podcast class. I'm gonna buy the podcast class. No, it's the ebook. Excuse me, I'm gonna buy the podcast ebook. So I bought the podcast ebook. So I bought it. There we go. Like I bought the podcast ebook. He knows what he's talking about. So then I buy the ebook. Like it's that easy. It's that simple. That's why it happens. Because I'm around David Shands on Social Proof Podcast, hour on hour. Like he has an episode that comes out Mondays. He has Fridays where he does the free smoke, right? And now he has Sundays where he does the hot seat. And each of the so usually the Monday Social Proof Podcast episode is an hour. Then you got the hot seat Sunday. That episode is usually at least an hour. Then you have free smoke on Fridays, and that episode is usually 3 hours. So you're 3, 4, 5. I'm getting 5 hours a week, right? Times 52. And I'm pretty much consuming all the content. And it's hard to get I'm listening on 2x speed. And I'm getting all the content. And so I'm there just getting all the content from him. I'm just overloading. Sometimes he puts up clips from his group, right? Morning meetup, right? Membership group, right? He puts those clips up. So that's another hour of content. He has a Donnie and David hour. He probably might put up 10 hours of content a week. I get to consume, right? It's such a blessing, right? But that puts me in a position to want to purchase from him, right? So coming up here in the next 90 days, going to purchase a morning meetup. Somewhere to get sharpened every day. He's there every morning. All right, you got to buy the year, so keep that in mind. Right now in 2024, it's $500 for the year. Cool. So that's at 5 in the morning West Coast time. That's when that is. So with that being said, like that's something that I'm gonna, do as well. But this is all happening on YouTube, like because of YouTube. Like you see why you don't need to get stuck on on Instagram and all these other places that might not lead to long term success for you. See why you don't need to be on that? That's why you need to be on YouTube. YouTube is the winner. YouTube is where you go to categorize somebody as successful as a leader in their brand. You go to YouTube, right? YouTube is the place where you get that done. So I just want you to keep that in mind that you need to go to YouTube. You need to use YouTube and stop just focus on these platforms that are not trying to make you the brand expert, that are not helping you turn into a job. Because if you think about it like work, it turns into, you go to work, you get paid. But a lot of times on Instagram, that doesn't happen. You don't get paid. So that's something that just doesn't happen. And like that's not the position that you want to be in long term. Like there needs to be some kind of business structure to where it's not just up in the air. And that's why all these podcasts are posting their stuff on YouTube. That's why like they're putting full episode clips. Look at Club Shay Shay, right? Look at they also have Nightcap, Shannon Ocho, Gil Arenas. They all have this, right? And it's great. But they're YouTube first. Entrepreneurs should go to YouTube first. Consumers are usually focused on Instagram, Facebook, all the other places. But the creators, the real business people, the people who are turning their ideas into businesses, are going YouTube first. YouTube first. If they could cancel all the other platforms, I'm pretty sure they would only focus. If they could only focus on YouTube, they would only focus on YouTube. Like that's how important it is. It's YouTube, it's YouTube, YouTube. It's crazy. Shannon Sharp said recently that he, from his Cat Williams interview on Club Shay Shay, that so Shannon with Club Shay Shay, how he broke down how they backed in a Brinks truck. YouTube backed in a Brinks truck with money from his interview, from his Club Shay Shay interview. They backed in a Brinks truck. YouTube. Pretty sure Instagram didn't back up a Brinks truck, right? He's talking about the views from it, like from the video. He's also talking about just everything from that video. See what I'm talking about? See why YouTube is the one? Not just because of the money, but okay. So look, so I'm gonna look, right, because I have that ability to look, and I'm gonna tell you why it's so important. The video has been out. I'm gonna tell you exactly how long the video has been out, and that's gonna tell you, right? Let's go to Club Shay Shay, first one that pops up. Then we'll go ahead and click on Club Shay Shay. Shout out Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay. And we'll go to videos, and we'll see how long ago the video came out. Really, I could have just searched it up at the top, but it's cool. All right, we got the Monique 3 weeks ago. This is the Usher. It's 4 weeks ago. 21 Savage is 4 weeks ago. So look how far we're going back. We're going back 4 weeks, going back a month, right? With the Country Wayne interview. Shout out Country Wayne, everything he's doing. And then we're at the Cat Williams interview that was probably about 4 to 6 weeks ago. So you see what we're talking about here? It's timeless. That's still his biggest thing. It doesn't keep him on the wheel, having to wake up and do something, jump through hoops. And no, he does not have to do that. Why doesn't he have to do that? He doesn't have to do that because it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube, like I said 1,000 times. It's on YouTube. That's where you want it, right? And so you could do the same thing. Now, it took him 3 years to do that, right? 3 years of continuously making content, of building, of executing on a high level to get to where he's at now. 3 years, right? To get his biggest spot, right? And people don't have the patience to realize that, but people have been on Instagram and Facebook for 10 years, 20. I have family, I have friends that I've known for years and years that post on Facebook every day, that post on Instagram every day. And what are they getting? Like, still having they're not branding. Like, you are a personal brand. You are a personal brand. Yes, look in the mirror. You're a personal brand. And the fact that you're not positioning yourself as an expert, because it's very difficult to position yourself as an expert only on Instagram. It's very difficult to position yourself as only expert on Facebook because there's there's no business model behind people creating accounts, right? There's no partnership program behind these platforms, right? You understand what I'm saying? But there's a partnership program in YouTube where you get 55% of the income. And we don't know how long this is going to last, but it's been going. So get on the train. Like, if when you wake up and you're spending your time on these platforms, what you need to be doing is spend your time. Go to the note section on your phone first. Go to the calendar section on your phone first. Go places where you can start to create content, right? To where you can start understanding what content is, where you can start being a creator. You can spend time being a creator and not just a consumer. That's another thing that YouTube does. It puts you in the creator's position, right? I'm telling you, I'm not telling you to remove yourself off these other ones. You can still be there sometimes. But the endless scrolling where you're not getting anything done, yeah, that stops with YouTube, right? Because now you can get into a video for some hours. Now you can get to learning something. Now you can get off the distraction ship, right? You can start saying, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm focusing on. This is where it's at, right? Because since people are waking up, the first thing that people are doing when they're waking up is going on YouTube. Is going on social media. Wake up. If you are going to go on social media, wake up and go on YouTube. Go on somewhere where you can create and turn it into a business. Like, you're not going to pass down your Facebook page or Instagram page, most people, and have it be something because there is no partnership program. There is no check to look forward to. There is no usually positioning for long term. Like, that's what I'm noticing is a separating factor of real entrepreneurs and people just consuming. Real entrepreneurs have YouTube pages. Real entrepreneurs are consistently posting to YouTube because it's the long term play. It's the long plan that works. YouTube works. I just want you to understand that it works. Like, YouTube works. Like, on brands experts marketing, right? We're up to, I believe, around 1,800 subscribers, and it's good. People are coming back, and people are consuming the content, and we're loving that they're there. But it's a lot that we had to put in to get there. But my personal Instagram page, 16,000 followers. It's not a true business model to pay you. So it's no incentive. There's no incentive to show your content to all your audience. So that's one of the biggest flaws is your content's not getting shown to your audience. So since your content's not getting shown to your audience, like, look at the problem with that. Your content's not getting shown to your audience, so you don't know if people are seeing it, all that kind of stuff. YouTube is incentivized to show your content to your audience because when you get paid, they get paid. Business model behind it. They're gonna keep pushing it. Like I told you before, your old content gets shown. So you get paid on old content. Right? Your stuff lives there forever. Right? There is no hosting fee. It's another big plus to YouTube. There is no hosting fee for your old content being shown. Right? Instagram and Facebook, they don't recycle your old content. You might get memories that come up and you might want to, repost it, but for the most part, old content doesn't get reshown. That's just it. It's old. That's it. Just it's like shelf life. Like, you need to get on a timeless platform. I'm telling you, like, make it timeless and make it mean something. Okay, like, because see, experts like Byron Golden have broke it down that time is more valuable than money. You can't get more time. Once time goes, that's it. When your time leaves, you have nothing else. It's very important to add time, right? Well, you can add time. So it's very important to make the time useful. Okay. And so if you're able to continue to make income and continue to, market yourself as an expert off of old videos. What I mean by old, a year past, 2 years, 5 years. If you're able to market that content and use it, and it's still being shown, and you could share it and people can watch it like it just came out. That's like TV shows. That's like movies. Like when it's like that, people are watching The Fresh Prince of Bel Air like it just came out. They're watching reruns like it just came out. That show last aired in the 1998, I believe, and it's still getting shown today. Like when I turn on the TV Spectrum and I start streaming cable, Fresh Prince is getting shown. The Martin Show is getting shown. My wife and kids are getting shown. You know, Two and a Half Men are getting shown. All these shows don't come on no more. That's like YouTube, timeless content that's gonna get reshown, and you can repurpose it. Right? People are reacting to old videos. See what I'm talking about here? You see why YouTube is so powerful, and you need to, when you wake up, you need to get on there. That's what you need to do when you wake up. You need to get on there. But yes, I'm telling you, like it's the best social media platform, and you need to use it as a business. Like use it as a business. Use it to position yourself as an expert. I don't. Doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you only have a job. So what? Talk about what your plans are in the future. Talk about whatever you want to talk about that industry. Go talk about it. That's a niche market, and once you get 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 videos in, it'll all start to make sense. And and I'll get to this in other videos, but you don't have to do all the uploading, because for me personally, I like creating the videos. I like getting in front of the camera. I like talking, but doing the uploading and taking it and editing it and uploading 1, 2, 10, 20, that's exhausting for me personally. It's exhausting. I get tired. I just personally, I have to hire a manager. I had to hire a YouTube manager on YouTube, on Fiverr. Had to hire a manager. I had to hire a manager because I get exhausted. I get so exhausted with doing all that, and it takes up so much time. Like recording the videos, that's one time thing where you do get tired. And if you're behind the camera, you have lights on. You might have worked a 9 to 5 job, whatever. You're exhausted. Cool. Then you have to do editing. Now you're tired again. Like, so it's a process that went from you recorded for 2 hours, then you edit it for 6 hours. That's another 8 hour day. You will experience burnout. You do not want to experience burnout, because then you might quit your channel. You might quit social media altogether. That's not what you want. You do not want to quit social media. You don't want your things to not work. Like, you don't want this kind of stuff to happen to you. It's very painful. It's very unnecessary, and you need to learn how to hire. Like, you need to learn how to hire. We're gonna get back to the main subject, but I'm telling you, like, you do not have to do all this yourself. YouTube is hard. It's hardest one, hardest social media platform I've ever been a part of. I can upload 20 Instagram videos in a day, no problem. Just even though sometimes they'll complain, they'll think you're a robot, whatever. But I can do it. Just get the reels, push post, go to the next one, go to the next one. With YouTube, it's a lot different than that. It's a lot different to just there's an editing. You got to put you want to put your logo in there. A few other things that you want to do. Very difficult to really create a consistent schedule around that. That's why hiring a manager, for me personally, just something I've done recently in the past week, been a game changer for me. They go in there, they can take care of my thumbnails. I don't mind making them, but it's very exhausting. It's time consuming. You have to do a lot of different editing with the thumbnails, and it's just exhausting. But if I can have an expert in thumbnails, my manager, take care of that for me, well worth the money, well worth it. Because I can continue to position myself as an expert. I continue to record the videos. I continue to do all the things that I need to do. I can gladly continue to do them, and they can do the work as far as the uploading. They can do the work in cutting the videos up. They can take a hour-long video and cut it into 10 videos. Like, that's what I want. Like, please do your job. Like, take care of that for us. Shout out to our manager. Take care of that for us, because we could continue to be creative, and now we can create a long-term working relationship where we're working with them every month, and just it creates a very solid platform where I can continue to do the things that I'm great at. I can continue to build the company, and I can continue to position myself to scale it and build it long term. Like, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here to do, and I'll continue to do that. But yes, I wanted to tell you, YouTube is the best. You don't have one, start one. Go to YouTube and search how to start a YouTube channel. There's hundreds of thousands, if not millions of videos on there on how to do it. So I would get on there and do it and get started. It's where you can put video component of your podcast, where you can put a lot of different things. Videos are where it's at. Just videos are taking over, and you need to do stuff on YouTube. If you still love Instagram and Facebook, that's cool. Move it over to YouTube too. Because then if you put your short form content over there, you will eventually be in a position to do you're doing short form, you eventually be in a position to do the long form. So go over there, get started. All right. If you're watching this on YouTube, shout out to you for checking this out. If you're watching this on another platform, shout out to you for checking this out. And yeah, that's what we're going to do, right? YouTube is where it's at. Make your long form content, right? Make your YouTube imprint, right? Like we all know YouTubers get paid. YouTubers are the best content creators. So you need to get on YouTube. Like I've told you so many times. Get on YouTube. It's a way to do it, way to position yourself. All right, another episode of the James Lee Love Show. All right. Glad you're here. Glad you're here checking out. It's just going to get bigger and better every single day. And I'm just glad you're here to show if I'm doing it, you can do it. You need a show too. You need a show. Okay. So get your show if you don't have it. And start making content every day behind what you do. Don't get caught up in that Instagram and Facebook stuff and get stuck over there. Make your content every day. And we will be back with another episode.